How did one of the most feared intelligence agencies and militaries in the world find itself caught off guard by hundreds of Hamas Marauders on dirt bikes and paragliding lawnmowers? Stay with me here. I know you've heard quite a bit of news about Israel in the past week, but what I'm about to break down for you is something that nobody else is talking about. The images of Hamas attacking Israel have taken social media by storm and reignited a call for war with Iran, who is now accused of providing support and direct funding to Palestine and have also garnered an ally with Lebanese Hezbollah. This comes right as Iran is incepted into BRICS and Russia emboldens prospective BRICS allies with its non-failure success in the Ukraine. Using cryptocurrency accounts, these terrorist groups were able to raise $134 million in digital assets over the past 2 years, with $41 million of that going directly to the Hamas and the PIJ, or the Palestine Islamic Jihad, who have joined them in the violence and have raised $93 million, according to the Wall Street Journal. So why is Israel considered so much more powerful than its neighbors when it comes to military might and cyber warfare, yet all of this slipped past their detection? The potentials of our current situation are something that nobody is really talking about. What if Israel's reaction to this violent attack is a Patriot Act times 1,000? What if the fact that these terrorists received cryptocurrency to fund this warfare is used against the broader cryptocurrency market in a play to strangle us out of existence? This almost invincible aura of Israeli intelligence has been built up over the past few decades. Israel ranks as the 15th largest military in the world, with close ties to CENTCOM and the United States military. They tout a locked grip on the West Bank and Gaza borders, and in 2022, Israel spent $23.4 billion on its military, making it the world's second largest spender per capita. It also possesses Jericho missiles and aircraft capable of carrying nuclear warheads. This budget is supplemented by the US government, who sends $3 billion annually to Israel to fund their vital defense system called the Iron Dome. This is a system that tracks and neutralizes rockets crossing over the Israeli borders. The recent Hamas attacks, however, demonstrated that this system can be overtaxed and failed to defend against the nearly 5,000 rocket missiles that were launched in under 20 minutes. Many of these missiles were able to find their targets despite this formidable infrastructure. But this is not their only weaponry system by a long shot. One of the most sophisticated cyber espionage groups in the world is NSO Group. This is an Israeli company that develops and sells the Pegasus software system to governments around the world. Israel flexed its pinpointed spyware tracking capabilities with the assassination of an important Iranian nuclear scientist, Mohsen Farakzad, in 2020. It was even used in the capture of El Chapo, whose close contacts were hacked in order to gain access to the infamous drug lord. A slew of nations have purchased Pegasus software, granting them the opportunity to use mercenary espionage for a nominal fee. Pegasus spyware has been directly linked to a laundry list of allegations like the killing of Jamal Khashoggi, the 2014 Iguala massacre, and also has been utilized by the Mexican cartel. Although NSO Group maintains that they use 2 layers of business ethics committees to determine who is permitted to purchase this software and monitor its use, as well as investigate any accusations of misuse. According to them, there have been only 3 cases of acknowledged abuse of the system.
You yourself sold Pegasus to the Saudis for $55 million.
Don't believe newspapers.
Is that a denial? No.
It seems many incidents have gone under the radar in favor of highlighting this software's incredible strength in countering terrorism and saving tens of thousands of lives, according to one of their representatives. NSO Group's Pegasus system is particularly dangerous because it's difficult to detect and remove. The only monitoring and movement across the digital globe is being done by the Citizens Lab out of the University of Toronto, who monitors for human rights abuses. This technology can insidiously infect phones through vulnerabilities in popular software apps such as WhatsApp and iMessage. Pegasus uses a zero-touch infiltration that requires no download or click to turn any smartphone into an ideal espionage tool. This software easily overpowers any encryption and can activate the recording with audio and cameras at any time. The spyware is impossible to remove without destroying the phone entirely. And Palestine has been an ideal testing ground for this system, with the entire population of the Gaza Strip and West Bank under constant surveillance. This is to monitor signs of threatening behavior, according to the Israelis. All of these unnerving capabilities beg the question in our current world of events: how far Is Israeli intelligence and the NSO group going to take their surveillance of these crypto payments? And how could the Israelis' fortified defense systems possibly be taken down by the Hamas, with arguably the most powerful system on the planet? This attack was years in the planning, with multiple millions of dollars in crypto sent to accounts over the past 2 years, right under the noses of Israelis. Like most secrets, this attack was kept underground and in the shadows. Before we get into the guts of Gaza, if you appreciate this content, lend a like to the video, and if you want to stay up to date with macroeconomics, crypto, and the latest news, subscribe to our channel to stay informed. Back to the Middle East. His name has been at the top of Israel's most wanted list for decades. Mohammed Diaf is the elusive man that planned the Hamas attacks. Diaf is known as the man in the shadows and is a Palestinian folk hero. His wife, his 7-month-old son, and 3-year-old daughter were killed by Israeli airstrikes in 2014, along with his brother and 2 other family members. He was detained in 1989 and held prisoner for 16 months by Israeli. Since then, he has been the centerpiece of the Palestinian bomb-making movement and militant leadership. He's a well-educated man with a degree in science that rose through the ranks, building Gaza's underground network of tunnels. He is said to have lost an eye in an assassination attempt, and only his shadow is ever shown to the public. Diaf is said to never use cell phones or any kind of technology to plan his tactical movements, and keeps a tight circle of contacts, and a word of mouth is the only communication therein. While the Israeli military was distracted on the West Bank by its continuous upheaval, and the Jewish people were observing a sacred religious holiday, breakthroughs occurred on the south side of Gaza. A commando unit bombarded the Israeli army's southern Gaza headquarters communication system in a DDoS-style overload. Hang gliders secured an entry point so the explosives and bulldozers could take out the concrete wall at the southern border of Gaza. The hang gliders were followed by a slew of fighters on motorbikes through the breached wall. Israel had been lulled into believing that they had garnered Palestinian favor by lending them economic relief, allowing their workers permits to cross the border into Israel to get higher wages, and all of this for 2 years. The attack was being fostered in the deep belly of Gaza. These drills that the Hamas were conducting were done in plain sight, without being noticed. For all of this technological power and military might of Israel, it succumbed to whispers, shadows, digital currency payments, hang gliders, and motorbikes. Israel is now making it abundantly clear that they are maximizing their intensity, and the nation's emotions are boiling over. As we saw with the United States' emotional response to 9/11 and the Patriot Act, many freedoms that Americans had in their day-to-day lives were taken away from us without a moment's notice. It's been over 2 decades since that's occurred, and it's been now normalized. We'll see where this next escalation in the world conflict takes our rights and privacy. Israel has responded by shutting down cryptocurrency accounts associated with Hamas. In cooperation with Binance, the Defense Ministry, and other intelligence agencies, this was done in a coordinated effort. But will Israel be capable of keeping their ethical standards when employing espionage tools to such an insult to their security? Could this event unleash the full threat of cyber warfare capabilities? And how far will this event be used against the people's right to transact crypto across the globe? Who is watching the watchers? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you for joining us. Druth out.